Arkadaşlar merhaba. Sesimi alıyor musunuz? Sesimi alıyor musunuz? Merhaba herkese. Tamam, teşekkürler yine. Peki ekranda bir PowerPoint dosyası paylaştım. Bunu görebiliyor musunuz? Tamam, teşekkürler. Arkadaşlar şu anda ekranda ne görüyorsunuz acaba? Şu anda ekranda ne görüyorsunuz? Bana bir söyler misiniz lütfen? Evet. Bana söyler misiniz lütfen? Şu an ekranda ne görüyorsunuz? Slaytları görüyorsunuz. Tamam, peki. Çok teşekkürler. Ee, tamam. Pekala. Derse şimdi şöyle, bu haftaki planımız şu şekilde arkadaşlar. Öncelikle bunun duyurusunu yapayım Türkçe olarak. Ondan sonra derse başlayalım. Bugün tek bir saatimiz var biliyorsunuz. Bu saatte e, sizin şu anda ekranda gördüğünüz Basics of Web Applications konusuna başlayacağız sizinle beraber. Bugün bu konu üzerine devam edeceğiz. Yarın 2 saatte Burhan Hoca'yla dersiniz var. Verification konusuna başlayacak zannediyorum. Yani sizin Burhan Hoca'yla kaldığınız yerden devam edecek. Sonrasında Cuma günü 2 saat PS'imiz var. Bu PS saatinde biz bugün kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Muhtemelen orada ikinci saatin bir kısmı da problem session yapacağımızı düşünüyorum. Bu gördüğümüz konuyla ilgili sorular çözeceğiz. Bu haftanın planlaması bu şekilde. Derste başlamadan önce sizin yani Cuma gününe dönem projenizle ilgili ödeviniz var. Onunla alakalı olarak ya da başka dersle alakalı başka bir konuyla ilgili sormak istedikleriniz varsa onları alayım. Sonrasında derse geçelim. Evet, sorusu olan varsa alabilirim arkadaşlar. Evet, sorusu olan varsa alabilirim. Cuma gününe biliyorsunuz projenin üçüncü ödevini teslim edeceksiniz. Nasıl teslim etmeniz gerektiğini biliyorsunuz. Daha öncekilerde olduğu gibi Google Classroom üzerine Homework 3 altına submit etmenizi bekliyorum. Aman dikkat lütfen, her gruptan tek bir submission yeterli. Öbür türlü inanın çok karışık oluyor. Birinci ve ikinci ödevde O tip durumlar vardı. İnanın çok karışıyor her şey. Tek bir submission istiyorum ve dosyanızın üzerinde bütün ekip üyelerinin isminin yazması gerekiyor. Yani dosyanın içinde ekip üyelerinin tamamının ismi lütfen yazsın. Üçüncü ödevde ve sonraki ödevlerde. İlk ödevlerde isim soyisim yazmayan ekipler vardı. Onları ayıklamakla epey zaman geçti. Karışıklıklar oldu. Lütfen buna dikkat edelim. Ekip üyelerinin tamamının ismi ödevin dosyasının üzerinde olsun. Aynı zamanda da dosyanın isminde de ekip üyelerinin isimleri ya da en azından soy isimleri olursa benim açımdan ayırt ediciliği daha yüksek olacaktır. Tamam mı arkadaşlar? Bu tip şeylere dikkat edelim. Lütfen. Var mı üçüncü ödevle alakalı sormak istediğiniz? Evet, var mı üçüncü ödevle alakalı sormak istediğiniz? Varsa alabilirim. Chatbox'tan sorabilirsiniz. Evet. Var mıdır sorularınız arkadaşlar? Varsa alabilirim sorularınızı Chatbox'tan. Cuma günkü ödevle alakalı olarak projenin geneliyle alakalı olarak bu gösterdiğimiz slaytlara erişimle ilgili olarak bir problem yok herhalde, değil mi? Bunlara erişebiliyorsunuz. Tamam. Anladığım kadarıyla bir soru yok herhalde sizden arkadaşlar. Değil mi? Soru yok. Projeyle ilgili, ödevle ilgili bir soru yok. Kaynaklara da ulaşabiliyorsunuz. Tamam, pekala. O zaman bu slaytlarımıza başlayalım. Bunlar dersimizin web sayfasında Basics of Web Applications konusu olarak geçiyor ve dersin web sayfası üzerinde var. Oradan erişebilirsiniz. Ben slaytların üzerinden gideceğim bugün. Şu an ekranı görebiliyorsunuz, değil mi? Son bir kontrol alayım. Ekranı görmekle alakalı bir problem yok herhalde. Ekranı görüyorsunuz. Okay. Okay, let's start. Thank you very much for your feedback. Let's start. This is basics of web applications from your slides. Okay, these slides are on our course web page. Okay, today we will continue this basics of web applications, and on Friday we will continue this lecture. But don't remember, don't forget, I'm sorry, don't forget that tomorrow, Wednesday, Boran Hoca will make his own lecture, okay? Okay, let's start this lecture, Basics of Web Applications, okay? But before starting this lecture, I want to ask you, what could be the relationship between such a topic, basics of web applications, what could be the relationship between this topic and our course, software engineering? Okay, I want to see your answers. What could be the relationship between these two topics? Okay, our course is software engineering. Okay, but as you can see, today's lecture, the title is Basics of Web Applications. Okay, I'm asking to class what could be the reason of that. Okay, what could be the reason of that? Yes, you have 1 minute. to write your answer into chat box. Yes, you have 1 minute. Okay, what could be the relationship between these two topics? Basics of web applications and software engineering. Is there any idea? Any guess? Any guess? Any idea? No idea? Okay, let me answer this question partially. Okay, but at the end of this lecture on Friday, I'm going to ask the same question again, and I'm going to listen your answers. Okay, up to now in your design lecture slides. Okay, you saw different design models, okay, different design criteria, okay. In this in these slides, basics of web applications, actually the goal, the aim is to create a stateful behavior, okay, a stateful behavior of who, a stateful behavior of the client, okay. Actually, we are going to see the details, okay, but I'm now talking about the aim, the goal, okay. The aim of the following slides will be to create a stateful behavior of the client, okay. From design perspective of software engineering, we are going to see different types of creating stateful behavior of the client. Okay, we are going to see types of creating this stateful behavior on the client side and also on the server side. Okay, and also we are going to discuss advantages and disadvantages of these different design models from software engineering perspective. Okay, let me start. Let me start. Okay, I'm sorry. This numbering actually I did in the correct way, but I'm sorry this numbering. Okay, now. This is a traditional communication protocol. These steps show us traditional communication protocols steps. Actually, you will see more detailed version of this communication protocol in your network course. Okay. In the first step, as you can see, client connects to server to receive some information, okay? The aim, the goal is to get some information from a specific server, okay? From a specific server. Okay, what is the second step? In the second step, after the connection is done, the server sends the requested information to the client. Okay, client wants to get some information from server. The connection is done, and then server sends to requested information to the client. Here, the third step is actually important. This is the main idea of our basics of web applications lecture. server establish, establish means in Turkish kurmak, yapmak, a state, state means in Turkish durum of client, that is everything C has set in its memory. Okay, from this sentence we can understand that C establishes a state about client in its own memory. Okay, and then the connection is close. Okay, and then the connection is close. Okay, let us see the definition of state. Okay, let us read it all together. The set of the current values of all variables, including the local dummy variables of a software component. It could be a functional point or an object-oriented design at a certain point of time t is called the state of the software component. Okay. Before continue with the following slides, I need to ask, did you understand this definition? Did you understand this definition? I'm asking to class. Did you understand this definition? Did you understand this definition? Any problem? Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask? Any problem? Any problem? Yes or no? Tell something. Yes or no? Class? Okay. You said that you understood this definition. No problem at this point. Okay. We are going to see the details. Okay. This is hypertext transfer protocol, a very famous protocol you all know. Okay, this is basic tool for communication on the web. The most important thing to know about hypertext transfer protocol is that it is stateless. Stateless in Turkish means that durum bilgisi yok. Okay, stateful. Please take your note. Stateful in Turkish means that durum bilgisi var. Stateless in Turkish means that durum bilgisi yok. Okay, we are going to see the reason. Stateless. What does it mean? Millions of clients seeking access to some server. Okay, no information about client stored. Okay, this is what it means. Stateless means that no information about client stored, either on client side or server's side. Okay, every time you link to a website, you make an independent means in Turkish bağımsız hypertext transfer protocol request. Okay. Is there anyone who didn't understand the stateless? The definition, the properties of stateless connection. Is there anyone who didn't understand? Okay. Okay, let us continue. This is a typical flow of an HTTP session. Let's read it all together and let's try to imagine what's going on in this scenario, and also in the following scenario, in the following slide. Okay, imagine that you type www.yahoo.com into browser. Okay, browser translates web page address into an IP address and establish a connection with the address. Okay, let's say that it is through port 80. Okay, the bidirectional in Turkish means that çift yönlü. Okay, bidirectional data transfer protocol. This is well-known protocol. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP. Okay, once connection is established, browser specifies its request. Okay, this request could be a GET request or a POST request. Okay, okay. Using a specific format such as the file name, the preferred protocol, etc. Okay. Here we have an example. Browser transmits. Browser transmits get HTTP 1.0. Okay. Here get means a file is requested. Okay, client wants to get a specific file. Okay, the name of the file could be also specified here, but in this case, it is the root index page. Okay, HTTP 1.0 specifies that browser would like a response in HTTP 1.0 protocol. Okay. Okay. Let me clean. Let us continue. Okay. Yahoo, our server, returns a set of headers stating the protocol used, whether or not the requested file is found, the size of the file, and type of information in the file. Okay. Actually, these sentences are the details of a specific communication protocol. Actually, you are going to see more detailed versions of these protocols, okay, in your network course. And let's continue. A black line follows to indicate end of headers. Then contents of file are transmitted following the blank line. TCP connection is closed when browser entirely receives the file. Okay. Did you imagine such a scenario? Did you imagine such a scenario? Okay, I guess there is no problem to imagine such a scenario. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. What could be the problem in such a scenario? Okay, in such a connection protocol. Okay. Let's say that you are filling out application form. Okay, application form bir başvuru formu to be a member of a website, let's say, okay? Right before filling the last field after a 5-minute work, okay? This means that you fill the form during 5 minutes. Your friend drops by for a conversation. Half an hour later, when you are back in front of your monitor to fill in the last field and complete your application, you see that the connection is lost. Okay. Why the connection is closed? Because there is no state information of the client, either on the client side or the server side. Because of that, when the connection is again restarted, there is no state information that to restore it. Okay, we have no state information about the client. Okay, both either on the client side or on the server side. Okay. This is the stateless durum bilgisi içermeyen server behavior. Okay. Can you guess what could be the problems such a server behavior? Can you guess what could be the problems? Can you tell me what could be the problems of such a server behavior? Can you tell me? Yes. Can you tell me the problems? Can you imagine the problems of stateless server behavior? Yes, actually the problem is also written on this slide. You need to enter the previous information. You need to enter again the same thing. Okay, before before you dropped by your friend. Okay, you need to re-enter those all information. Okay, this is stateless server behavior. Okay, is it possible to create a stateful behavior of a stateless software system? Okay, up to now we mentioned a stateless software system, and now we can wonder that is it possible to create a stateful behavior of a stateless software system? Okay. And before that, before answering that question, actually, let us see the definition of a stateful behavior. First, a stateless software system to display stateful behavior, it has to identify the user. Okay, save contents of user's session and recall them if they are requested within a reasonable span of time. Okay, from this sentence, actually, we can understand that it is possible to create a stateful behavior of a stateless behavior. Okay, so what could be the solution alternatives? Okay, let us see the solution alternatives. Keep information in a log file indexed by name on web server. Keeping information in a log file indexed by name on web server. What could be the problem of that? Can you say by your own sentence? What could be the problem? Such a solution alternative. Can you say it by using your own sentence? Yes. Yes. Okay, let us read the problem. Web servers don't know the user, but know the IP address of user's computer. Okay, this is actually not specifically you. This is just the IP address of the user. Okay, indexing log file by IP address will not make the user specific information. Okay, I guess you imagine the reason, the problem. Okay. How about attaching some session ID to a user that will be returned on that user's next request? Okay, this actually in this slide we mentioned about keeping a log file. Okay, keeping a log file, but after that we said that this is not user specific. Okay, this is just let me say IP address specific of the computer. Okay, and in order to make this solution alternative to make it user specific, okay, we can use some session ID. Okay, this attaching some session ID to a user, this will be returned on that user's next request. Okay. Another solution alternative we are going to talk about is cookies. Okay. I guess you also know at least something about cookies. Okay. Uh, this is, let us read the definition on the slide. Cookies are a general mechanism which server-side connections can use to both store and retrieve information on the client side of the connection. The addition of a simple persistent means kalıcı, client-side state significantly extends the capabilities of web-based client-server applications. Okay. Uh, from actually these sentences, we can extract the following important information. The first of them is what are the aim of cookies? Cookies actually create some information about the client. Okay, cookies aim is to create, to store some information about the client. Okay, for what? In order to create a stateful behavior of this connection. Okay, and the second information that we can extract from these sentences is that cookies are on the client side. Okay, cookies storage are on the client side. Okay, any problem? Any problem up to now? Any question? Any question? Okay, then let us continue. Uh, Cookies are actually kind of tools on the client used by the server to store and retrieve information. Okay, this is client-side state. Okay, please don't forget about it. Cookies are on client side. Okay, the storage location is on the client side, not on the server side. Okay. And uh, and okay, uh, cookies are actually the format of the cookies changing from your browser using. Okay. For the Internet Explorer, they are like kinds of notepad files. Okay, you can see the cookie files in your storage, in your file directory. You can change, edit a cookie in your file directory. But as far as I know, once you change, edit a cookie, then Internet Explorer attempts to delete that cookie file from your file directory. Maybe it is better for you after this lecture to check your cookies in your file directory. Okay. Okay. What could be the problems about cookies? What could be the problems about cookies? Again, I'm asking to class. Again, I'm asking to class. What could be the problems about cookies? Okay. We talk about the properties of cookies, and now I'm asking to class the problems of cookies. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers. Please imagine what could be problems. Yes, yes. Thank you very much for your answers. All the answers are correct. Your friends are talking about the storage capacity. Okay, your friends are talking about the portability. Okay, your friends are talking about some security issues. Okay, all the answers are correct. Thank you very much for your answers. Okay, let us see the items in your slides. Okay, problems with cookies as your friends. Number one problem is about the storage capacity. Okay, limited space for cookies at client size. Example: store at most 20 cookies, 4 kilobytes each. For an extensive means extensive means young web search. This is of course not enough. You need to store more cookies, but the storage location is on the client side, and this is a problem. These limits may have the server slow down web interaction, especially on mobile users. And number one problem about cookies is, of course, as your friends are talking about, it is the storage capacity. Okay. And the second problem, again, as your friend said, is about the portability. Okay, portability means taşınabilirlik. Okay, A user intending to start with a web session at one computer and continue at another computer cannot, okay? He or she will not able to continue with another computer because cookies are on a specific computer's storage, okay? So they are not portable into another computer, okay? Uh, and the last important item, we can say that cookies may be rejected due to some privacy issues. This means that some authorities, okay, can reject cookies because of some privacy, some personal privacy issues, okay. This slide is important. On Friday, we will solve some previous exam questions, and you will see that this slide, these items are actually the answers of those previous exam questions. Okay, okay, okay. Any problem up to now? Any question? Okay. Actually, we are going to talk about the types of cookies. There are two types of cookies, as you can see from this slide. Okay. Uh, First cookies and second cookies. Okay. The properties of first cookies are as follows. As the browser ID keeps browser specific information such as quality of communication, language preferred, okay, and lasts longer, maybe during years, okay. And let us see the properties of the second cookies, and then let us discuss the differences between two types of cookies. Second cookies adds a session ID instead of a browser ID and keeps session-specific information instead of keeping browser-specific information. And the last, maybe the most important item about second cookies, actually, this is the main difference between second and first cookies, is second cookies last much shorter, maybe during hours or several days at most. Okay, so the storage period is the main difference between first cookies and second cookies. As you can see, first cookies stored much more longer, okay, maybe during years, but the second cookies actually stored much shorter, maybe during hours or several days at most. Okay. In Turkish, we can say first cookie kalıcı cookie'ler, second cookie geçici cookie'ler. Okay. On Friday, we will continue with the server-side storage. Okay, we will see some basic concepts about database management system, automaticity, consistency, isolation, durability. Okay, we will see the properties of each concept. And then we will discuss the problems in specific scenarios for these concepts, for these properties, and we will solve some previous exam questions on Friday. After completing those previous exam questions about this basics of web lecture, okay, then we will continue with problem session, okay. Maybe we will solve some previous exam questions about your design lecture, okay. Okay, we have a few minutes before ending this lecture. Do you have any problem about this lecture? Do you have any problem about this lecture, or do you have any problem about your project, your homework? On Friday, I'm also going to announce the fourth homework, okay, of your project, okay? Yes, any problem? Any question? Any question? Okay, one of your friends is asking that how cookies can cause privacy issue. Okay, thank you for the question. Uh, any answer for that? Any answer for your friend's question? Let me repeat, how cookies can cause privacy issue. Yeah, yes. Your friend is answering his own question. That is exactly. It is about tracking user activities. Okay, let us imagine that I'm using some web pages. Okay, I'm reading some information. I'm filling some information. Also, okay, I'm doing some activities on some specific web pages, and all things I'm doing are written on those files called cookies, and all these files are stored on my file directories, okay. And some authorities actually reject these cookies, okay. Maybe I guess some of you noticed that when you enter some web pages, there is a there is a specific question on that web page uh, about cookies. Okay, it says that this web page uses cookies. Okay, there's a specific message on that web page. Okay. Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for your attendance. Okay. Thank you very much for your questions. Okay. We will continue on Friday, but on Wednesday, tomorrow, you will lecture with Boran Hoca, okay? Boran Hoca will continue his own lecture on Wednesday, tomorrow, okay? Don't forget about it, please. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.